The president promised boots on the ground, but that has not materialized.
No, we are.
How many soldiers have been employed in the last 2 years?
I can tell you we're improving by the day.
But how many?
No, I mean those are figures you don't like giving out. It's not figures that you want.
But have we improved the number?
We have improved.
We're
improving, yes. And I can tell you, it's only the armed forces now that is doing massive recruitment, both in the officers' corps and for the soldiers, including the airmen and the ratings. We're doing massive recruitment. Now, the Nigerian Army has also established a second depot somewhere in the southwest, where we also, so it's not only the one in Zaria. Zaria produces about, let me say, 13,000 yearly. Now we're open another, we get an additional 13,000 coming from there. Then the Air Force, the Navy are also doing. I think the police is also doing, immigration and all the other ones are doing. We need to scale up, and I'm happy that we're doing it, because for us in the armed forces, we don't rush into recruitment. You have to get it right, because the ill-trained one is more dangerous than the bandit, because he could go in peacetime and cause a lot of havoc for everybody. So that's why it's painstaking that we do the training. And once you finish your initial training, you go for a further training, and before we now deploy you out, because we don't want things like accidental discharge and all this. And that's why you see that you hardly hear the trust things, because we view it seriously. For us in the armed forces, there is nothing like accidental discharge, because you must have taken the ammo, you must have put it in the magazine, you must have mounted, you must have opened the safety catch, you must have cocked and the trigger. So at what instance was it an accident? So these are procedures, and for us, it's a no-no. Anybody who commits that no, so you can see that every military man knows the importance of his rifle. In fact, to us, we call them our wives, because that is your life. Anything you are doing, even if you are going to bait, your rifle must be.
What is the latest on Simon Ekpa?
Yeah, I think he's still been prosecution. He's still undergoing prosecution in Finland, and so we're hopeful. And you can see, because when we talked about him, people felt we were just making it. But since he had been arrested, Southeast is getting better. So the likes of him, we're going to go after them wherever they are, and whatever it takes, we want to bring them. And that's why the Ansaro guys too is a good win for all of us. Other ones who are following, the other ones that we don't talk about, we also look at them and be able to pull them out. And I think clearly we'll do that. And in order to achieve more, because no nation is an island, we are also organizing our African Chiefs of Defense Staff Conference starting on Monday, where all the Chiefs of Defense Staff in Africa, for the first time coming to Nigeria for us to discuss, because we see that these incidents are not respecting anyone. Mozambique, you can understand it. Mozambique is facing issues. Ghana is beginning to face issues. Burkina Faso, Mali, and all other areas. So it's important that we come together as brothers and sisters, discuss our problems, and provide. You say it's the ideological backing for financing terror on Nigerian soil. Take from the Northeast region, and I'd like to be educated if there is some kind of funding for banditry too, because we do know that terror in the Northeast is being backed by some foreign elements and with connivance with local elements. Yeah. Is banditry also being backed by foreign funding? They work. Criminals work together. They've synergized their efforts together, both the bandits and the terrorists working together, because a common goal. They want to make money. They want to just make sure that the communities are not suffering for whatever reason. And again, some part of politics. Some individuals don't also want, when there is peace, it shows that the government is doing well. And when there's no peace, it shows the government is not doing well. And I mean, you realize that last year we had the least number of deaths throughout last year. Then how come this year, then suddenly everything has spiked up? Because politics is coming in, elections are coming in. So you cannot rule out the fact that some people are also controlling them, making sure that they show that there is no peace.
Makes Nigeria ungovernable and discredit the government.
But you see, the funny thing is that how will you want to govern people that you want to kill? Or how do you want to kill the people you want to govern? What do you gain from it?
Are you not able to identify these political elements who are using security as a political tool?
Yeah, work is in progress.
Let Nigerians know that.
Yes,
people should not vote for people who want to kill.
Work is in progress.
So that they can get advantage.
They don't care what happens. I can tell you the DSS, the NIA, the NFIU, the DIA are all working assiduously to ensure that. And again, because it has to do with the legal system. Sometimes legal intercepts, you take it to court, it's knocked out. What reason? One reason or the other. Again, this brings us to the legal system. We have to also review our legal, because some of the punishments and prosecutions are too
we need a special security tribunal. to prosecute?
Well,
this is part of where
I don't want to say
going
special. If I say tribunal, it might look as if it is a military kind of say we're in a democracy. So maybe if we have special courts that will treat cases as quickly